thing I found hardest about remote learning was I missed my friends and actually being able to interact with them.
I think that impacted me a bit because I miss my friends a lot.
Okay, good morning everybody. Welcome to our literacy class. It's so good to see everybody on Google Meet.
The last 2 years have been incredibly challenging. I distinctly remember when the lockdowns were first announced and we were at a curriculum day looking at the following year and all of the new learning that we were going to embark upon as a school and all the exciting things we were going to do. And then we heard the announcements and suddenly we had to pivot.
I'm really proud of my teachers. Right from the get-go, they put their head down and they started to think of how they were actually going to teach these children when they didn't have them face to face. Through the Lumio, that really opened up some real doors where children could actually, first of all, be really engaged. Students would get the immediate feedback. The teacher could give that immediate feedback. It really opened up the world to them ever so quickly. We had some amazing teachers who really took on board the training and really were able to utilise that method to its capacity.
Lumio helped me change the engagement of my students by actually allowing them to be present and active listeners and active participants in my lessons. It actually allowed them to play games with their peers while focusing on a learning content that I was delivering and actually feel like they were part of a team again. In class, we do work as a team. Lumio just really helped us feel like we were at school even though we were at home.
It really was that live tool that allowed for that direct interaction with students. So it was useful, particularly in having a gauge of how the students were feeling. For example, we used the zones of regulation, we used the shouted out function to assess how the students were feeling on a day-to-day basis.
Our teaching and learning program continuously evolved between lockdown 1 and lockdown 7. We used our values as the touchstone to drive all decision making and everything that we did in the school. One of our key values, Kids at Heart, really meant that every decision we made had to come from that perspective of how is this going to look for the child that we serve? And how are they going to thrive and benefit from the decisions we're making at the school? One of our other values is to be connected. And so everything we did as a school was targeted towards forming connections and maintaining that connection between student, teacher and the school as a learning community and a hub.
Hi, Mr. Huyn.
In Victoria particularly, we've been in the longest of lockdowns across the whole world. So motivation this time around was a really big challenge. And one thing that we really wanted to do was engage with the students.
In remote learning, I loved doing Lumio with Mr. Huyn.
I could do a lot of creative things on there. I loved that I got to learn a lot about math.
Morning, how are you? Really good. Are you ready to have a great day? Yeah. Awesome, high five. Perfect.
It is so good to be back in the classroom. It was amazing on that first day to see all their smiles walk through the door. So the smartboard really helps my class collaborate while they're learning. They love drawing on the smartboard. They're so keen to get up and to use it. I think we use quite a few programs that are interactive on there, and then being able to communicate with each other and then choose someone to come up and drag the answer into the right box or to write their answer on the board is something that really helps them engage with the learning that we're doing.
I love the smartboard because there's so many things you can do on it.
The smartboard is really easy to use
because it's actually really interactive.
The smartboard makes the class learning just fun, the best, everything.
I'm really proud of my teachers and I'm proud of my students. I think we've learnt a lot from remote learning and I feel too my teachers are embracing the technology. It's becoming more natural for them, and my hope and future is that that continues and that they really value the technology and see how it really enhances their teaching.
I'm feeling incredibly optimistic about the future of South Melbourne Park Primary School. We opened in 2019 and then we closed, and then we opened and then we closed. And yet we are in such an amazing space despite all the challenges, and I feel we are just going to go from strength to strength, and that we will be one of the leading schools in Victoria, if not the world.